Hi everyone, Isaac here from Norweld. So behind me is the Ranger Superduty. You've seen a few out there already, but this is our take on it. Obviously, we build a lot of demo four-wheel drives. We set up all these vehicles mostly for touring, overlanding, camping, fishing, that type of activity that we're doing with the vehicles, whether it's myself, the other owners, or the sales team. These vehicles are set up to travel Australia, off-grid, heaps of power, heaps of comfort, drive well, GVM upgrades, all the fruit. This vehicle changes the game a bit, we feel, with what we can do in this space now with the vehicle from the factory floor. Obviously, it's a Ranger still, and there's certain parts of the Ranger that we all know and love, but this one's had a fair few changes to it. As you can see, starting at the front, new front end, new bonnet with the Super Duty embossed in there, new grille, new bumper, same lights, but big pumped out flared guards. Massive looking stance on this thing with a 33 out of the box and the 8 lug wheels. With this vehicle comes obviously a new chassis, all new suspension underneath. Something that, you know, is probably needed in the space is to build a vehicle from the ground up fit for purpose. Safari snorkel on it. It's a nice one-piece snorkel. It actually sits really well. Sitting inside, you can't see it at all. Seismic tan is the color. So there's a heap of new colors from Ford for this vehicle that you probably wouldn't normally see on a modern four-wheel drive. We love the old school colors. I painted the bull a crazy green. I painted Anvil a different color, bluey, green, gray. All those wild colors. That's what I dig about building custom four-wheel drives. And this thing is no exception. Out of the box, ticks a lot of them straight up. This one is an extra cab. You can see here the half door and the full door. And then with the Norweld Elite Tray that we've designed and developed for this vehicle. So from the ground up, we've had to design a whole new tray size. The lengths are very similar to what we currently offer, but it's an all new width. So the profile's slightly different. New width, the lengths are suited to the vehicle. We've built boxes front and rear to suit this vehicle. We've got the same features on the Elite Tray that we all know and love. Constant torque hinges, under tray drawer, color coding, our locks, taps, water tank, all the stuff that we know works on the Elite Tray and makes them one of the best trays on the market. This one has it. With the Rangers, the Super Duty keeps now the radars, the reverse sensor, and the camera in this DAT bar. So obviously in the past, we'd relocate all that driver aid technology and all those features back up onto the tray. We don't need to do that on this vehicle. It's all left in the factory location, so we don't need to reconfigure any of that. Makes for a very quick install, peace of mind for the customer, ensuring that everything still works as it was delivered from the factory. With this vehicle, the payload is 4495 GVM. So that's with the vehicle, you can be 449 GVM and tow 3.5 ton, or you could be 3.5 on the car and tow 4.5 ton. So that's an 8 ton GCM combined. Plenty of payload on this vehicle. Even with this tray, it's around 300 kilos. We've still got about 1,600 kilos of payload, whether that's chucking the van on the boat or full canopy with all the fruit inside. We can do 600 amps of lithium, boat loader, all the things you could think of. You're still going to have plenty of payload there with a few people in the car with some gear. Parabolic suspension underneath, the shocks are beefed up, drives really nice, it feels pretty good on the road, super short-footed with this wider stance. I'm really digging it. Let's jump in, go for a ride. Okay, so inside this one, this is an XL spec, so it's got some of the features that, you know, it's pretty standard across all the Rangers. The CarPlay head unit, this one's a bit different. It's got the onboard scales, and as you can see, we've got the payload there, 1885 payload. It's got the weight of me and Fred sitting in the car at the moment. And you've got obviously all the other stuff you can look through there. Hit the button, pulls up the full drive settings. You can see all that there as well. It's pretty cool. And again, we can see forward, we can see the front camera. Vinyl floors on this one being an XL, so it is still a four-wheel drive. It's not carpet lush, but sometimes you don't want the carpet, right? The rest of the car, the 10-speed auto, it feels very familiar. It's like we're used to it. We've got 5 Rangers in the Norweld fleet at the moment, so this one is going to be something that we're used to driving. But fit and finish is pretty good. Sounds the same as all Rangers. They're built pretty well. They're never really an issue for us. Plenty of cab room still. It's not American truck size inside, but it is pretty comfy. Once you set them up, I sit quite low in these chairs and I can get very comfortable in them out of the box. So let's go for a drive. Okay, so in the car driving, obviously it's a constant four-wheel drive, this one, so there's no 2H, it's in 4 auto all the time, which if you've driven an Amarok or a Ranger, they all have that setting, which is pretty good. Very sure-footed in the rain. Just rolling down this little driveway, but inside it's still quite comfortable. Suspension for the payload that it can take, it rides pretty good out of the box. Very comfortable for a factory car. So private road, this is all part of a property out west Cairns, southwest of Cairns station. With the motor, obviously it's the same V6 Ranger motor, but it's detuned slightly, same torque, just a little bit less HP, just more for towing and torque, so obviously everything stays more reliable for longer. Really comfortable, very smooth take up. Performance wise, I don't think you'd notice the difference in power. Just hear that snorkel, sounds pretty good. Drop the window down. Yeah, can't really hear it, but looks good doing it. One of the things with this vehicle is obviously price point. Standard Ranger, you know, anywhere between sort of high 60s, low 80s, mid 80s, depending on your spec. This one, around what, 95 grand or something. I can be wrong, but it's around that sort of price point. Very similar to a cab chassis 79 series. Obviously, don't need to do the suspension, don't need to fix the track. The wheel and tyre combos are 33 out of the box. So all the things the Toyota lacks, I think this one picks up 4 out of the box, which is pretty cool. For a factory-built car, I don't think you can do any wrong here. It's going to be a good alternative for a lot of people and set you up for a lot of comfortable off-road touring and traveling and whatever you want to get up to, whether you're a tradie or a fleet buyer. This vehicle's, you know, it's pretty good. Okay, so now that we've done a bit of a drive around with the tray on it, a little bit of weight, not much, we're going to chuck on a couple of different things to tow, obviously a boat, caravan, and we've got an excavator on a trailer as well. So probably 3 of the most common things you might move around: some plant, a van, and a boat. I think that's a good, good little test for this vehicle, and it's going to give us an indication of how it goes towing. Let's get into it. Okay, so that concludes part 1 of our Super Duty review by the team here at Norweld. Any questions? Drop a comment below, give us a like, give us a subscribe, and wait for part 2 where we're going to talk more about canopies, what we can do with the Super Duty, and if it's the vehicle for you.